like 10 seconds maybe. Looks like my mom's out there. She said hello in the chat. Hey, Mom. Or is that my dad? That's my dad. Hey, Dad. Thanks for chiming in out there. And I already got 2 likes. Or no, 2 watchers. All right. I'm going to play a song. This one's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And this is episode 101 of my live stream podcast. And it's called Blue Cowboy Hat. I'm going to unveil my blue cowboy hat today. So first I'll play a song for you. This one's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow, like I said. I'm going to play it kind of gently. Don't mind the wind. There's a lot of wind outside today here in New Mexico. It's typical time of year for a lot of wind. I guess everywhere, but especially in New Mexico. I always remember that when I lived here. This time of year is always super windy. All right, here we go. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. If birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? Someday I'll whisper on a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, far above the chimney tops is where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? With clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, far above the chimney tops is where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? If birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? If birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? All right, thank you so much. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Got Dennis Driscoll's out there. Hey, Dennis, good to see you, bud. And my good friend Noah's out there, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Noah Baldwin. Good to see you all. Of course, Dennis is in San Diego. My parents are in Virginia. And I am just outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And you are watching my podcast, episode 101. Cheers, everybody. Again, no alcohol this week or even fake beers. Just got a Zevia soda. This is the Dr. Zevia. I'm going to open that right now. And yeah, it's a lot of wind out here, so I hope you can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Cheers, Noah. Can you guys hear me okay out there? There's a lot of wind. The whole motorhome is shaking in the wind here today. It's very gusty. This is the worst wind since I've been here in New Mexico. This is the worst wind. Sounds great, brother. All right, thanks, Noah. Appreciate that. I can always count on you for some honest feedback. Thanks, Noah. And yeah, so it's been really windy today. I have a bunch of stuff that I do outdoors. I was gonna shoot a new video outside. A new video, I said, not a nude video. A new video outside, and it was too windy, so I couldn't do it. I got rid of the fisheye lens today because, man, that thing just makes everything blurry, and there's like spots everywhere, you know, flares they call it, or distortion. Everything's so complicated. Why can't you just put a fisheye lens on and everything's fine? But it's not. It doesn't solve everything. But I'm gonna be revealing the new cowboy hat. I painted my cowboy hat blue. Of course, I just washed my hair, so I'm having a good hair day. Usually on the day I wash my hair's good. It's the day after, like tomorrow when I wake up, my hair will be everywhere, like freaking sticking up everywhere. But here it comes. Drum roll, please. Here comes the new blue hat. You know, I'm always looking for affordable ways to make myself look kind of like a showman, you know, like blingy. And look at that. It looks a little different. Like the shade is a little different, right? But it's the same paint. It's just, I think I'm going to have to add another layer. And if you see here too, I didn't paint the bottom. I didn't think I needed to paint the bottom. But I'm pretty sure I need to paint the bottom because, look, if I go like that, it's kind of weird. Got to paint it. But I'm going to wear this for the rest of the show because it looks kind of blingy. Show businessy. Fire. Looks sick. Fits well. Yeah, paint the bottom. Looks good. All right. Thanks, Noah. It's nice doing these live streams and hearing from everybody out there. I've been out here on this plateau here since Sunday evening. I got in pretty late Sunday evening. I was up in Santa Fe last weekend doing a gig up there at the Spiritual Center. It was really cool. Nice people, really nice people. My dad likes my hat too. Thanks, Dad. And I played, I think I did really well for those Santa Fe people up there and at the Spiritual Center in Santa Fe. I think everything went fine, except for maybe one time when I was introducing. I did play Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, and when I was introducing it, I was saying a lot of people think this means a lot of different things, which is brilliant, right? And a lot of people think Hallelujah is about orgasms. It's about having an orgasm, basically. And I shouldn't have said that, probably. But it's like a common misinterpretation of that song, so that's why I said it. But so that might have been a little much, but I think they were cool with that even. It's like, it's 2026. I just said that's not what it means to me, you know. It means, to me, hallelujah means like to be triumphant over something you've been working so hard at for so long. So, hey, look at that. Animal Taggart is here. That guy's great. Check out his channel. He has some really interesting stuff, guys. And he does. He has some really cool stuff. That guy's brilliant. And check out his channel. Like I just said, I just repeated myself twice, but I just really like what he has to say. And he had some brilliant podcasts like a few years ago that were really well done too. So check him out. Thanks for tuning in, Animal Taggart. And I'm gonna play another song. Should I play Hallelujah? Probably not. Yeah, I probably will. That's 2 cover songs in a row. I don't usually do that, but I guess I will. I'm gonna play Mayan Prophecy today too. Maybe I should play that instead of Hallelujah. My mom's having trouble connecting to her phone. So, sorry, Mom. Hopefully she can hear me. My mom's my #1 fan, so if she can't hear me, it's over. What's up, Keith Drummond? What's up, bud? Good to hear from you, man. Hey, let me know when you're playing. Send it to my inbox on Instagram. I wanna come see a show, dude. I haven't seen you forever. That guy's cool. Really cool guy. Now that we don't have Mike Witten in Albuquerque anymore, you and I gotta get together, man. Oh, man, this light, dude. I gotta fix this light. And who is Akka? They said, Akka says hi, Mart. Hey, Akka. Oh, there's my mom. She chimed in. Thank God. My mom made it. So we're good to go. I'm gonna play Mayan Prophecy because I told you last week I would. I gave up on the guitar today. It just didn't sound. That guitar is all strung up with like these big, huge strings. Because I've been experimenting with guitar tone. Like I want to get a deeper tone, but I need a longer neck to really have these kind of strings. They're like huge. I don't know if you can see that, but they're super huge. I think this is it's approaching 60, something like that, or it might even be bigger. It's huge. Anyway, let's see if I can do Mayan Prophecy for you. This was a song off of my Cheap and Sunny record, which was about Albuquerque, of course. And this was a Mayan Prophecy was about when the Mayans prophesied the end of the world of 2012. And we didn't know what that meant until we really read into it. And they said the end of the world as we know it would be 2012. And I think it was. I think 2012 was the end of the world as we knew it, because everybody got onto the internet by then, and on phones and dating apps. The world just totally changed in 2012. So that's what this song was originally about. And it's not like obsolete song either. I could still play it. I'm going to play it on the banjo, of course, today, which hopefully you like that, but we'll see. Here it goes. Of course, I got the wrong harmonica. Why does that light keep changing? Can't even probably tell anyway. This stupid light. Come on. Don't be bad. Be a good light. Here. Constantly experimenting here at the FastHeartMart headquarters. Here we go. Running out of fuel, stuck on a highway, stranded nowhere. Roadkill be tough, driving my car, be no more. When we are living poor, the civilization shut its door. Getting in the stupor, watching pop culture, watching empty, on empty. Watching MTV will be no more. When we are living poor, the civilization shut its door. Well, the Mayans prophesied in 2012, the world as we know it will come to an end. I hope you had your fun. Talking to my boss about being on time. Things I do wrong. Hey, I want to take a vacation. Working a job, be no more. When we are living poor, the civilization shut its door. Something like that. I messed up the second verse, I admit, but it was mostly pretty good. My mom says, I love your blue hat. Thanks, Mom. And Noah says, woo. Noah, do you remember that song? I used to play that when it came down to your all's place way back in the day down in Las Cruces. Hey, thank you, Aka. Am I pronouncing your name properly, Aka? Or do you want me to just call you Atcha? Um, yeah, so that was a blast from the past. I told you on the last episode I'd play that. I've been playing some guitar. Um, there's a lot of guitar at least this week, but I don't know, man. I've gotten so used to playing the banjo in the last 10 years. I really have, and I've embraced it. It's a tough instrument. It's really hard to record. It's hard to make it sound good on an iPhone. I hope it sounds okay out there, but whatever. And oh, Aka said her name is Aubrey. Hey, Aubrey. All right, thanks. Thanks for telling me your name, Aubrey. Thanks, appreciate that. And yes, wouldn't say we say gone? Yes, you would. You'd say gone, 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 gone. Yeah, that's right. You remember that, Noah? That's the song. That's the part that Robin and whoever else was in the band. I know Tanya Nunez was in the band for the recording, and she sang the part that gone, gone, gone. Yeah, those were the days. Those were good days. Those were really good days. And I remember your mom, Noah. I remember your mom was like, I think we put her in the video. I think she's in the video for that song because she was like doing this funny dance to it and everything. Yeah, it's funny. Good times, good times. Anyway. I got a couple gigs this week. Couple New Mexico gigs. They're all private. Senior centers stuff, which is cool though. I'm trying to just get more gigs out here. It's been a struggle. I started way too late. If I would have started a lot earlier, it would have helped a lot. That's the story of my life when it comes to booking. I hate it, man. But I'm really working hard on it. It's like, you know how they say, like, you should work on your weakest strength every day. That's my weakest strength is booking and like looking so far ahead and being like, in August I'm going to be in Virginia, and then next April I'm going to be in the Florida Keys. Like, it's so ridiculous. You have to think like that, but it's just the way it is, I guess. Sometimes I think too far ahead when it's not advantageous, and then when it is advantageous, I don't do it. It's so frustrating. Life is so frustrating. Um, well, better play another song. I guess I should do Hallelujah. It's 87 degrees in here. No, it's 91 degrees in here. It's 91 degrees in here. Oh no, it's 81 degrees. It's 81 degrees. Not that bad. I thought it was 91. My thermometer or my thermostat, it's brand new. It's like 3 months old, but you can barely see the screen. It like never, even if the batteries are brand new and everything. It's just like you have to get out your iPhone and the flashlight just to see the screen on this thing. It's so funny. But thank God that heater works so good. In the morning, I still need it, even this time of year. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I know everybody wants me to hear me talk about Donald Trump or whatever, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm done talking about Donald Trump and all that stuff. I think everybody is. I think both sides are just worn out of it all. And that's good. That's a good thing. Alright, so let's play a song then. This one's called It's not a good thing that everybody's worn out. I'm kidding. It's really bad. It's really disturbing that we've gotten to this point where we're even more apathetic than we were, because now it's dangerous to have an opinion that somebody disagrees with. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that, I guess, today. So, read my latest newsletter. I thought I put it well when I addressed my audience as the Fast Heart Martyrs, because you kind of have to be a martyr to be like a fan of mine now, because it's like, I guess people just, I don't know. It just seems like so many people I used to know, they either avoid me now or I don't hear from them anymore, and they like, I don't know, it's so weird. It's so weird, and I say that stuff just to be, just keep it real, you know. Like, I notice it. I notice stuff, and that's my job, is to like notice stuff, I guess, and say it, right, as a musician. not just a musician, but a songwriter, like a folk singer, really. You know what my definition of a folk singer is now? It's somebody who can go into a room full of people who's never heard you before, and you could sing some cover songs in a way they've never heard them, and some of your originals, and just get them going. I think that's my definition of a folk musician. Of course, usually it involves some acoustic instruments. I don't know if electronic musicians could ever be considered folk. I guess they probably could, like just depending on what they do. I just feel like a human voice has to be in there somewhere, at least, I think, to be a folk singer. I don't know. But definitely just being like a folk singer is not being a singer that is like promoted on the radio all the time and like has a lot of clout. It's just a dude like myself who's just like trying to make it in the world, playing some songs. That's it. I think that's what a folk singer is. And why did I get off on that? But that's what I am. I'm a folk singer, and I think folk singers historically they've expressed what's going on in the world. If it seems like people are being bullies on either side of the spectrum of politics, then you call it out, I'd say like that's the way it is. Anyway, okay, moving on. God, I'm so grateful there's 9 people. We had double digits there a second ago. We had 10 or 11 on there. That was awesome. And 5 people have liked this video. I'm so grateful for you people out there that are listening to me. It's really kind of you. Hopefully you're entertained, of course, too. But all right, here we go. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor 4, and the major left. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Are you faithful, strong, but you need it? The sun of faith and on the beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, stole your throne, she cut your hair, and every breath you drew was hallelujah, hallelujah, baby, I've been here before. I know this room of walk is full. I used to live alone before I knew you. And even though it's all gone wrong, I stand before the Lord is on. Nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, 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 maybe there's a God above, but the only thing I learned from love is how to shoot at someone to hear it not. Not someone who's seen the light. It's a cold in itself, broken hallelujah. 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 Hey, thanks, Noah. Appreciate the kind words on that one. And let's have another drink as Dr. Zevia here while I introduce this next song. I'm working on some new songs. One of them goes like this. There's a lot of words to it that I don't remember at the moment. Man, it feels like, it sounds like some of my stuff about to blow off my motorhome. Yeah. It's crazy out here. I thought I was parked in a way that was strategic, so I was like, so the wind, when it hits me, it doesn't hit me broadside, it hits my front end, which is more aerodynamic. But it looks like the wind has shifted a little bit, so hopefully we'll make it through this broadcast and I don't blow away like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the Wizard of Oz. Maybe I shouldn't have started with that song. Okay, so this next song is called Richman. It's a song that I wrote a long time ago. It was on a record of mine called The Red Record, which some people thought was my first record, but actually it was like my third or fourth record. But that Red Record made a big splash around New Mexico back in 2005, I think is when it came out, or 2004. It was a really short record, but it had a lot of good songs, kind of jam-packed with some songs. I don't know what's happened. Everything's just changed, you know? I always say that, but everything's changed since then. I mean, I could blame it on myself, I'm sure. I mean, I've changed a lot, you know? But I don't know. It's also just it's just a totally different business now. There's a lot more people in the music game than there used to be, just because it's much more accessible now. I don't know. I think that's why. Before the internet, it was like kind of, I don't know. It was kind of hard. It was harder to get people to come to your shows and stuff. I don't know what happened. Streaming definitely changed everything. We've talked about that before on this podcast thing. But this song's called Richman. It's about this rich guy who gives away all of his money to the poor people because he realizes he has so much money he'd never be able to spend it all in his lifetime anyway. And I kind of roughly based it off of Bill Gates back then, because he was talking about, he was like a philanthropist and a humanitarian, making humanitarian efforts. And of course, just like so many things now in retrospect, you see that there's ulterior motives to it, and he's done some heinous stuff like throughout the world too. So, and then that whole thing during the pandemic, did not look good about that. It was just like, I think he was making a lot of money off of those things that were coming out. Now, God bless everybody who took those. No disrespect or all with, you know, I think that somebody made a lot of money off of those, and I think it was Bill Gates was one. He seemed to be promoting it. Who knows though? But anyway, this song was based off of that. And I know some people who have a lot of money, you know, and they're generous with their money. I'm not going to name any names, but some of them are watching this podcast right now. My parents are very generous people, and they've done well for themselves. They're not like, you know, Bill Gates rich or anything, but they're very generous people. And my friend Pete, who was here last week visiting, I know I said I wasn't going to name names, but I am now. But he's the same way. He's really done pretty well for himself, but he's always very generous with his money and his resources. And Damien too, if you're still watching out there, Damien's always been like that, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Damien's watching anymore. I think he just made an appearance to look cool, and then he disappeared so I could promote his channel. Unlike Noah's a hardcore fan. He is diehard. This song's called Richman. I'm a rich man, living on the hill, and I'm looking at the city below. The street lights are twinkle where the poor man sleeps. Poor man sleeps. My money sitting in the bank is nearly enough for 7 lifetimes of people of comfort and ease. Comfort and ease. If I will own of my fortune to my children, it will only create lazy people who don't appreciate tomorrow. I'll go to my bank and give all of my money to the people living in the slums, in the slums, in the slums. That E major in there, or the C major, I guess it is. I'm tuned a step and a half down, so please forgive me. Looks like Damien's still out there after all. Also, Damien has some excellent songs. He's an excellent songwriter. The thing is, it's so funny, like life. It's like some people like myself, maybe not the most talented musicians ever. I'm okay. Like, I'm pretty talented, you know. I can get around. I can get around, you know, but it takes a lot of work and effort, and I guess some of us just, like myself, I just don't want to do anything else. There's nothing else that gets me out of bed in the morning like music, and so, you know, I used to do all kinds of day jobs, and God, you know, I might have to do another one here soon because things are changing, especially since I'm leaving. Well, not leaving San Diego, but I'm not going to be there as often now, and we'll just have to see what happens with the world. But anyway, I've just kind of, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, no, I'm going to stay on my ground. If even if I don't make that much money, I'm just gonna play music. It's just the only thing that makes sense to me. Everything else just makes me feel like I'm wasting my life, which is the most precious resource that any of us has, is our life and our time. So if I got to spend my time doing something and work hard at something, for me it's always been music. That doesn't mean I'm like, I'm specifically, you know, I'm not like exceptionally great at it or anything. I just keep going, you know, and things work out. And just today, I woke up and a friend of mine who owed me money paid me a little bit back, which was nice. And then which is funny, like people were borrowing money off of me. I'm like, what? You know, like I don't have anyway. And then I had another friend. He sent me a really nice donation today. It was just like he read my last newsletter, which was talking about the martyrs, and he sent me a really nice donation. And I was talking about this a little bit last week, but there's like characters in the world that like they stand their ground. And again, I've not been that great at this either. I'm not great. I haven't like excelled at anything, I don't think. Even though I'm pretty good at a lot of things, but I'm not like amazing at like anything, I don't think. Maybe. But I think it was, isn't it James McCormick? Isn't that the guy that wrote The Road? The Road was like this huge success. Let me look this up. Who wrote The Road? Or somebody chime in, but who wrote The Road? I'm gonna just it was, yeah, Cormac McCarthy was his name, and it became like a huge. It's a 2006 post-apocalyptic novel writer, Cormac McCarthy. So he was like really broke when he was writing this novel, and he hadn't had any success before, you know, like, so he was just broke, and he hadn't proved himself as a writer. He hadn't had any hit books yet, and he said when he was writing this book, I think he said, don't quote me on this, but I think he said something to the effect of, one day he realized he didn't even have proper shoes to wear, because he was so broke. And I've never gotten this broke, thank God, but he was so broke that his shoes were like worn out and stuff. And he went to the mailbox or something, and somebody had sent him some shoes. So like, I don't know, like when I get to these points in my life, like I have been here visiting New Mexico, where I haven't had that many gigs and a whole lot of income coming in, I just kind of hunker down these days and go, okay, well, this is all a simulation anyway, and I get to write the simulation, so I'm gonna hunker down and let money just attract money somehow, you know? And it was just so funny to wake up this morning, or not this morning, it was this afternoon, I guess. I looked at my email and I was like, my friend had sent me that money, like, because he was like, hey, happy travels, and I have to thank him personally. I don't think he watches the podcast. Maybe he does. But yeah, he's that was really generous of him, but that's just kind of thing that happens in life. It seems like maybe as long as you stay, you know, very on your path and not doing a bunch of drugs and getting distracted by everything, if you just hunker down and do what you want with life, maybe it takes you somewhere. I just wish I'd be like that what's it? Cormac McCarthy? Cormac McCarthy. Yeah, it was like get a big one, you know, strike a big gold nugget, one of these somewhere, you know. It's like one of these songs of mine that I've written over the years, or something big, like that would be great. I think I deserve it. I've hunkered down like that guy did, I think. I don't know. Anyway. What's up? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to hear from you. William Reed, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Good to hear from you. William comes down to see me sometimes in San Diego. He lives up in L.A. and he's super fit. He does calisthenics. He's talking about having a calisthenics park out here on my land, which I'm into. I do a lot of calisthenics too. I haven't been lately since I broke my defibrillator, but I usually do a lot of pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups. What other calisthenics? I think pull-ups and push-ups, really. Thanks for tuning in today, man. And I just talked to a friend of mine down in Silver City before this. And it just makes me realize there's a lot of people out there right now. Times are tough. I guess we always say that. Hey, thanks Dennis Driscoll for the donation. I saw that. Oh man, thanks Dennis. But times are tough, you know, and they always are, I guess. Every time is unique and tough in its own ways. Everything's relative. But I guess I keep doing this too because I have the time, but also I just hope like people get something out of it. I think people do, like hearing me talk so openly about everything on this thing, like discussing whether we want to talk about whatever, and talk about how we feel about whatever on here without getting too upset with people. You know, of course, I guess where I draw the line is if somebody's threatening others, like physical harm, violence, that's where I draw the line for freedom of speech, you know. But, and I know people can interpret people saying, well, this is going to hurt somebody if you say this, you know, so that's hurtful. But that's not a direct correlation. Those indirect correlations, that's where the gray area occurs. I think somebody's making violent threats, like directly, that's different. So that's where I draw the line with free speech. And I don't think it's okay to yell fire in a crowded movie theater when there is no fire. I think that's really wrong too. So anyway, that's how I feel. That's what I hope that that's kind of what drives me on this thing is that's why I started this thing, is just because I felt like there needs to be a common ground. You know, like there has to be some kind of balance or reasonable voice out there. Jared Curry, what's up, man? Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for yelling fire in a crowded movie theater. That's true. Nobody's got time for that. But yeah, I just felt I started this thing to try to be a moderate voice in the world. And I don't know. I think I've succeeded in some ways and probably failed in others. But again, that's just another thing. I guess my whole life, really, my whole music career is I try to be an example of what it means to like follow your heart and do what you love and follow your bliss. And I think I've, you know, done it in a lot of ways, but, you know, of course, I've had a lot of help too. Keep on preaching it. Aubrey said she likes all my streams and all of your videos. Thanks, Aubrey. Appreciate that. Yeah, alright. I just wonder if I know Aubrey. I think I might, but let me play Hearts and Dreams after that little speech there. Yeah, and let's face it, you know, we're living in these times where it could be lonely, man. You know, like I get lonely. I'm not desperate. I always say that. I'm not desperate. But I mean, I get lonely, you know. And sometimes these streams, I watch people's streams sometimes. Sometimes I smoke a little marijuana and watch like somebody's stream. It's just like, it makes me see how human people are. It's like, you could see just the childlike nature in everybody sometimes, you know, like when you sit back and watch, even if somebody's angry or whatever, we all have a child in us. Anyway, here goes. Follow your heart and your dreams. try and tell you what you gotta do. Don't listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dream. Follow your heart and your dream. I've been alive for 1 hour, and one thing that I know, you gotta listen to your heart if you're gonna protect your soul. Follow your heart and your dream. Follow your heart and your dream. People try and tell you what you gotta do, but don't listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dream. Follow your heart and your dream. I've been alive for 1 hour, one thing that I know, you gotta listen to your heart. Don't protect your soul, follow your heart and your dream. Follow your heart and your dream. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. William Reed said, "Thank you for letting me company while I work." Yeah, man, of course. I'm glad you listened to this. I used to listen to I think the way William and I met each other is because we both watched Anomaly. I used to watch Anomaly all the time. I haven't watched it much lately. I don't know why, but I just I've been watching Adam Carolla a lot more these days. I don't know why that is. I love Anomaly though. Still, Anomaly's brilliant. He's really brilliant. Jared Curry says, "Woo!" Oh, thanks, Jared. Thanks for tuning in. He's out there in South Dakota. This is so cool. People from all over the world are out there tuning in. Hell yeah, Carolla is the man. Jared said, "Yeah, Adam Carolla is great. He's like mainstream dude who's saying stuff that like could get him in a lot of trouble. You know, nothing too crazy, but you know, he's like." He's like well, let's just say it. He's like a Trump supporter. Not that I am anymore or anything, but he definitely put himself out there and let everybody know that he was for Trump. And in Hollywood, which is where he lives, he's literally from like L.A. Hollywood area. And when you're in Hollywood in L.A., it's like a suicide. It's like career suicide to admit that you voted for Trump. But he does, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, so it looks like William stopped watching Anomaly too. I don't know what happened with Anomaly. I guess I don't know what happened with him. Yeah, I guess he got kind of sick. His health and he stopped coming on sometimes. I don't know what happened in Anomaly. I think I still see. I'm on his Telegram and stuff. But Anomaly's great. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I stopped. Everybody seemed to. We all stopped watching Joe Rogan too, right? Everybody's like off the Rogan train because now he's like, I guess Theo Vaughn was on recently, and it was like Theo Vaughn was talking about some crazy stuff, and Joe Rogan basically shut him up and was like, "You need to stop taking all those antidepressants." And it was just kind of like Joe Rogan was not. That wasn't cool. It just seems like Joe Rogan's lost his edge too. I don't know. But again, God bless Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. I think without him during the pandemic, we would have been lost. It would have been a totally different scene. I don't know if you guys know who Officer Tatum is, but he kind of jumped the ship a few months back too with some of his stances on stuff, which I can't even talk about on here because it's like the one subject you can't talk about on YouTube, and it's like it's the country that shall not be named. I'll just say that you can't talk about that one country. And what was it talking about? What's it? Yeah, it's like who was it anyway? I don't know what I was saying, but there's the one country. And look, my mind went blank. Bunny haven't watched anyway. It's weird all this works, you know, like you just kind of jump around and oh, that's what I was talking about. So yeah, Officer Tatum, he was talking about some stuff about the country that shall not be named. It was like, you know, it was just like super unpopular, and him and Candace Owens got into a big old fight, and they don't I don't think they are like super friendly anymore or whatever. I don't know, but it's just weird because Officer Tatum was like great during the pandemic, and now I like see his posts. And I'm like, dude, what happened? Like, what happened to the America First stuff? You know. Anyway, enough of all that. Just so you know, the country that cannot be named has nothing to do with the people. Just so you know, it's the government. So, not. I have plenty of friends that are that, and they're great people. It's the same thing with the Vatican and Rome and the Catholics. I have some really great friends who are Catholic, and they're great people. But there is corruption in the institution, you know? That's all. And it doesn't mean that all the people are bad who belong to that institution. It just means that's, you know, what's going on at the upper levels that's beyond their control, I guess, or whatever. Just like United States. I've got an American flag in here, you know? There's a lot of corruption. That's why the MAGA movement started, I guess. Not that I ever consider myself MAGA, but America first, you know, and there's plenty of reasons not to want to get behind that. You know, it's so much corruption. Americans are great. American government not so great. That's Jerry Curry. Yeah, man, what a cool country, right? We're so diverse, and I just think it's so cool. And we're on the ropes, for sure, man. We're on the ropes, especially now that Trump's gone way off the rails. You know, who knows what he's doing. Anyway, let me play two more songs. We'll be done. I tried not to go there. But anyway, I did. It's just a big deal, really. This latest thing that's going on with Trump is such a big deal because I think for a lot of us it was the last hope for having some representation in this machine that we're in called the United States of America. And now it's become clear. Even Thomas Massey, I'm suspicious of. I don't know why, but I don't know. I just think every one of them, every single one of these people in the government is not for us. He said no new wars. Exactly. What the heck? That was why we voted for him. And that's not what's happening. So, yeah, anyway. All right. I'm going to do two more songs. I wanted to do... No, I'll just do one more. Just do one more song. I'll save that other one for next week. I'll do a Handsome Family song next week, I think. But today, I'm going to do Dust in the Wind. There's a lot of wind out here in New Mexico and dust. And this is just a beautiful song. Everybody knows this song. But I'm going to play it. Eventually I work it up for the banjo, you know, like a fast, upbeat version, which I probably won't even play on here because... I don't know, does this even sound good? Like when I play. I don't know. I close my eyes only for a moment, then the moment's gone. It's kind of, I don't know. It'll be fun. Trump is going full taco. Trump always chickens out. Trump always chickens out. Taco. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. He's going full taco. I don't know, man. He's been gutsy, right? I think they finally got to him somehow. Whoever was protecting him before, maybe he's lost the protection, and now he's just like every other president we've had in a lifetime, just gotten compromised. Who knows? Hopefully I'm wrong. Some people still have some good explanation as to what's going on with this 5D chess, and I hope they're right. You know, I don't like when they start talking about these explanations. I don't get mad and be like, "Oh, dude, you're crazy." Like, man, I hope you're right, but I don't think so. I don't think it's happening. So. All right, here goes Dustin Wynn. Thanks for everything. Oh, Dennis Driscoll, he donated. Let's see if I got to thank anybody else here for the donations today. I just appreciate y'all tuning in, of course. I don't have any official gigs until like May to talk about, so I'll let you know. I got May 7th in Albuquerque is a big deal. I need to get some people out for that one. It's a listening room. I hope that one turns out really good. All right, here it goes. Dust in the Wind. I close my eyes only for a moment, then the moment's gone, and all my dreams pass before my eyes. Curiosity like dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. It's the same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea is all we do. Crumbles to the ground, oh, we refuse to see, like dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. So now hang on. Nothing lasts forever, even earth and sky. It slips away, and all your money won't know the minute by. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me see if I need to answer any more chats here. I think we're good. Don't forget his reaction to COVID in this war. What? Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, he printed all that money. I know. Anomaly points that out all the time. How Trump printed all that. Trump printed all that money in his first term. You know, that was not America First thing to do. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, y'all. You all are great. Appreciate it. See you next week. I'll probably be live next week too because I'll have the time. I have a very unfull schedule. See you, Dad. Thanks for tuning in. And my mom, thanks, Mom. See ya. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week. I'll be back next week. Thanks for subscribing and liking and all that stuff. And thanks to Dennis for the donation. See ya.